Tony Daunt is with the Michigan Freedom Fund, and you can get from him every single week an update. This week, one of the things that your update is talking about is Northern Michigan, where we're heard on WMKT and some of the other radio stations, and that the governor's vetoes may have hit the people of Northern Michigan harder than anybody else around the state.
Absolutely, and Northern Michigan, rural Michigan, and she's been very, very straightforward. I guess you could give her credit for that, as to what the intent of those vetoes in the budget were, and it's very cynical. But she was straightforward about that cynicism, that it's meant to create pain for people that would hopefully go to the legislature and tell them to work with her to put the funding back in there. And thankfully, the legislature's been very strong, and they've stood up and said, look, we put this money in there in the first place. The governor is the one who cynically and who cravenly vetoed them for political reasons, and they're not backing down. And I think that's very good of them. I think the people thus far have realized that, look, the governor, she's the only person to blame for these programs not being funded. The legislature worked together with Democrats in many of these programs in the legislature to get them funded, to get them in the budget. She said, nope, I'm going to veto him because you guys wouldn't negotiate with me, when the reality is she walked away from the negotiating table and never returned.
We're hearing the term whistleblower in relation to Washington, D.C. quite a bit lately. I also guess we're hearing it at the Michigan Capitol, too, huh?
No, absolutely. Transparency, the Michigan Freedom Fund is very much in favor of transparency in government. We've been supportive of, over the last several years, of the efforts by both Republicans and Democrats to expand FOIA to the executive office, to expand it into the legislative realm, because these people work for us. It's not the other way around. And we deserve to know what's going on, what they're talking about, who they're talking with, how their decisions are made. And unfortunately, despite the big show from people like Governor Whitmer at the beginning of the year with her executive declaration that, we're going to be more transparent, we're going to encourage people to participate and to fulfill FOIAs more responsively. The talk from Jocelyn Benson along the same lines, and even Dana Nessel, Attorney General and Secretary of State, respectively there. But their actions haven't followed their words, and that's unfortunate, and, hopefully they'll be held to account for that.
You can get this every single Friday. It is called the Front Lines of Freedom, and it comes right into your email box from the Michigan Freedom Fund. Register for free at MichiganFreedomFund.com and hear Tony Daunt on this program quite regularly, in fact. Thank you very much, sir. Go green, go white.